Hello, good morning, and good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge we have from 1880. 1880. Windsor Canadian, the famous Windsor Canadian. Well, not really famous, but it's around. It's a Beam Suntory brand from the makers of Jim Beam and Old Crow. We have Windsor. And oh, they also make Canadian Club, which is famous. Now, this is aged 3 years. It's 80 proof. Used to be aged 4 years. Even the old ads 40 years ago talk about 80 proof. Could it be a 3-year age Canadian Club? It seems to be. Seems to be. When I taste it, I say, tastes like a younger Canadian Club. All right. Wouldn't be a shock. Wouldn't be a shock. The competitor this morning, Seagram's VO Gold, a Diageo product from 2000 to 2018, and now Sazerac product, but actually a discontinued product. It was introduced in 1998, discontinued in 2017. Now, is Sazerac going to bring it back? I don't know. They were showing it on their website, for their website went basically dormant, but that's because it's aged 8 years. And so when it got discontinued 2 years ago, they might have had some just put into the barrel, so it could have 6 more years left on it. And then they'll exhaust the stocks and it'll disappear. I still see this everywhere around here. It's very common in Louisiana. It's got an actual ribbon on it, like Seagram's VO used to have. Actual ribbon. Age 8 years. That's the youngest whiskey in here, 8 years old. Signature blend. Canadian whiskey, a blend. And then there's a big essay on the sides of the bottle, in the back of the bottle. Big thing about the master blender, Arthur Peterson, and his electronic signature. All right, well, anyway, and it had a foil cap shroud, which I took off, but the cap's still there on top of the plastic cap. This will run you about $22, $23 a bottle. I was at DoorNext yesterday. There it was, $22.99, which is typical. Now the Windsor is $10.99. Everywhere I look, $10.99. So we're looking at over twice the price, so it better be twice as good. Now, yesterday morning we did Seagram's VO versus Windsor Canadian. Was the VO better? Yes, it was. Was it good enough to justify $17 a bottle versus $11? Or even $18? They had it $17.99 at DoorNext yesterday. Seagram's VO, $17.99. Yes, I thought it was. I think the Seagram's VO seems to fit the price. Doesn't seem overpriced. Windsor Canadian, I'm not too sure it's worth $10.99. Now, Johnny Neely said he can get it for $9.99 in Georgia. $9.99 seems better to me. I don't find that Windsor's any better than the $7.49, $7.92 products. You know, the Canadian Limited and Rich and Rare. So I would just save the $3.50 and get the Canadian Limited over there at Walmart. But you know, it's just trying different brands, so you got to pay if you want to play, right? Let's see. All right. So I went beer shopping yesterday. I didn't have a whole lot of success. I was going to try to meet up with David I said, are you busy? He seemed busy. Yeah, he said, I'm kind of busy today. He said, but come out there and call me when you're out there, and maybe we'll do some beer review. So I brought the camera and stuff. And first I went to Dorgnax. I was going to buy some things, but they were so out of date. I said, no thanks. I bought one thing that was within the date range. That was the Hefeweizen, Walters Hefeweizen in the tall can, the 500 milliliter. I said, okay, I'm gonna see about that. What it's like, $1.99, not bad. But I thought I'd be buying more Dornex. They didn't have the 6-packs of the Michelob Light, and I wasn't buying a 12-pack for $13.99. I said no. So I was thinking maybe we'd do a taste test of it. So then off to Martin Wine Cellar. I thought about buying. I thought they'd have more of a selection of what I was looking for, like the Abita honeysuckle, but they did not. I bought 2 things there, 2 cans. I'll review those later. One's from Mississippi and one's from Louisiana, I'm pretty sure. So then off to Trader Joe's. I bought the 6-pack of the Bosom Double IPA, $4.99 for 6 double IPAs, 8%. I figured, yeah, I don't know what it's going to taste like. It seemed like every time you get a Menhaus beer, it'd be different. But and then they had a 12-pack of the Simpler Times Lager for $6.99, and I figured, yeah, let me check it out. 6.2% alcohol, so that's a high gravity lager. That's a malt liquor. What a bizarre taste. I poured it, smelled it. I said, whoa, this smells like a saison almost. It was so spicy in the nose with the yeast. I said, you know, why does it have these herbal farmhouse ale? I don't mean it had Brettanomyces like horse blanket, but it was strange. Didn't smell like any malt liquor I've ever had, or lager, high gravity lager. I said, well, unusual is better than bad, because 10 years ago, eight to 10 years ago, Simpler Times in the old can, that was bad. You could barely stomach drinking the 6-pack. Same price. Used to be, I think it was the same price then. Might have been $2.99 a 6-pack. It's $3.99 now. But I got the, like I said, 12-pack for $6.99. But I said, boy, they've come a long way. Menhaus, Joseph Huber Brewing in Monroe, Wisconsin. But maybe Trader Joe's really got on them and said, people are always returning this stuff, saying it tastes bad or whatever. Why don't y'all do a better job? Or maybe just on their own initiative, they did a better job, realizing that what they put out wasn't good. So, yeah, that's all I bought at Trader Joe's. But yeah, and they didn't have sake over there. The guy's like, no, we don't. He was kind of rude too. I asked this guy, do you have sake? No, we don't have that. I just let it go, kept shopping. I said, man, I don't understand that. Just, you know, you're busy. Okay, fine. I'm asking a question, but that's all right. I'll go to Walmart and get sake. I don't want to do an examination. Well, I never had it in my life. But I never seen so many Subarus as you will see at a Trader Joe's parking lot. All right. I think that the Seagram's VO is going to be a lot different than the Windsor. This smells like wood. And the aroma generally associated with Canadian whiskey. A little caramel, sweetness, corn, some rye, a lot of wood. I did a lot more research on Canadian whiskey regulations yesterday. And so like a controversial ongoing topic that never ends, that 9.09% rule. But there was a legal website, a website for a legal a lawyer's firm, whatever you call it, a legal firm, that's what they call it. And they were doing a pretty detailed examination of the whiskey law, Canadian. They gave links, appendix, even a 1957 U.S. congressional hearing about it. And I was reading all the documents, and then I was reading the Canadian .gov website documents, and they were basically saying that the 9.09 is mostly misunderstood by people, but it is confusing. And they said, look, okay, this one smells a little bit of that sourdough. Sourdough bagel thing. They said the 9.09 was sort of put in place to avoid American taxes on Canadian whiskey. It was it was kind of a sneaky way to do that, but they go into that. And but they said it's almost never used. Like they said, it doesn't even apply to Canada itself. If you're buying whiskey, if you're a Canadian and you're buying whiskey, the 9.09% added flavorings rule doesn't even apply. It was only ever an export law. And they said, and the thing about that is it barely applies to exports, because it only applies, and they were showing, I read the document, they said it only applies if an importer country, or the company itself, the importer is asking for a certificate. Then you would have to give the certificate that it was no higher than 9.09% flavorings. They said, but really, no one ever asked for that. It's just like it's on paper, but they said they really no occurrences. There are some countries that do. But they said generally people don't even ask for that, or even aware that they can ask for a certificate. And furthermore, don't even care about a certificate. So if they're not asking for it, the law does not apply. So they could have way more than 9.09% flavorings. It could be much higher than that. They said, but then they don't think, or it doesn't seem that they even use a lot of flavorings with all that. It's interesting. Now, they said mainly that was adopted because Canadian whiskey tends to be sort of bland, doesn't have a lot of character, one from the other. So that flavoring thing was done to allow them to sort of differentiate themselves, give them a little individual character to compete on the world market. So if anybody wants a link, I can do it later and give it to you. I might even post it in Alcoholics if I think about it. But I don't think anybody in there would be interested in that, honestly. I didn't even talk about the appearance. They're both burnished gold, really. Burnished gold. So appearance doesn't matter. The aroma is not turning out to be terribly differentiated. So that's a bit of a shock. Do I detect a $10, $11 nose difference, aroma difference? I'm not detecting a 10 cents difference in nose. They seem rather common towards one, what's the word? Similar. None of them, neither one smells bad. Neither one smells like, oh, wow, that's the most extraordinary thing I ever smelled. No, it's just like, okay. Kind of a full nose, though. They smell like they're kind of beefy, They're not thin. Now, if you smell Canadian Mist, it'll smell thin. But these have a pungent aroma. Tyler Mansell says, hello, Jay. Hello, Tyler. Wow. It was 3:49 a.m. in Seattle. Whoa, you're up early or late, depending. I got up at 2:45. I'm in such a habit now. There's no alarm that goes off. I just wake up. But I went to sleep very early last night. I was tired from 2 nights straight of not getting enough sleep, and because of a Knights of Columbus meeting, and then just staying up too late Friday, not sleeping enough. So Saturday night, I was watching a baseball game, and I said, I'm tired. St. Louis is killing them anyway, which they did. I got 5 highlights left to watch today, National League highlights. I went to Talib Kweli concert. I'm not familiar with that name, but hope you enjoyed it. Okay, now it's time for tasting. Tasting, cheers. He was born in Brooklyn, New York. Oh, okay. Brooklyn. It's been 4 years since I've been to Brooklyn. I always say this. Well, I don't always say it, but I'm usually thinking it. These whiskeys taste like candy. They're so sweet. It's like candy corn. Now, if I never ate a candy corn the rest of my life, I wouldn't miss it because that's not too good. But although I might get some just to, I never liked candy corn. But this has that. Had a great time. Oh, okay. I'm glad to hear that. So this has sort of that candy corn thing. How you say it? Thing. It's an I, not an A. What am I saying? What's wrong with me? Where do I go? Who do I turn to? Now, oh, whoa. Woo. That gave me a little shudder, little, like people say, gave me the willies. Woo. Well, I recall the Windsor giving me a shudder before. Yeah. Jolt. It's like Jolt. Not that. Remember that drink, Jolt? Was it Mountain Dew Jolt? It was like, you think Mountain Dew has a lot of caffeine in it? Try Jolt. I was thinking, I ain't trying it. Or was it Jolt from Mountain Dew? But it was definitely Mountain Dew. Well, just like yesterday, when you do one against the other, bring out different characteristics, because the Windsor wasn't evidencing so much of the flavoring yesterday. But if I put it up against a Canadian Limited or Rich and Rare, it'd be like flavoring versus flavoring. It's amazing how one will bring out things from the other. Now, what it's bringing out today is like wood on wood. See, I took a fairly big gulp just now, and it didn't make me shudder at all. Nice, mild wood notes. Maybe even char. Not really, but maybe. You see how smooth that went down? You say, no, I don't see. I'm not drinking it. Okay. We didn't see me shudder. That must be the Seagram's VO Gold. Seagram's VO Gold, 8 years in the barrel. It smooths it out. It's really nice. You say, well, so that's the key. Well, I don't know about that, because the Black Velvet 8-year aged, that's as smooth as a coarse grain sandpaper or a buzzsaw. It's not so smooth. Ugh. All 8-year aged Canadian whiskeys are not created equal. And then, of course, we have to consider this. The Black Velvet, I've seen it perpetually at Dornex for $10.99. Black Velvet Reserve, $10.99. 8-year age, $10.99. The Seagram's VO Gold, 8-year age, $22.99. You say, well, that's $12 more per bottle. Yeah, it seems to make a big difference too. And then let's be even more frank. The Gibson's rare Gibson's 12-year aged. 12 years. I didn't like it at all. That might be the least enjoyable Canadian whiskey I've ever had. Not to say that Heir to the Throne is too good. Heir to the Throne, when I first tried it, it was good. On its own, I thought, oh, this is nice. This is really nice, nice, nice. But these things can be very deceptive, because when I started putting Heir to the Throne in taste challenges, it was a big failure. Same with Gibson's. Every time I try it, it seems worse than the previous time. Now, how does that develop? Why would that happen? I don't know. I just know what I'm tasting, and I think I have a good handle on it at this point. And that Gibson's there, I got a huge glass bottle. It's going to take years to drink it all. Thankfully, however, it's got a beautiful cork cap. It's a beautiful bottle. It's probably the best looking Canadian whiskey I've got. But I'm glad I only paid $9.99 for that big thing, because it is not nice. Now, I had Canadian people get very angry. Is there a stout Sunday this weekend? Yes, I believe so, but I'm not going to join. I'm going to go help the Knights of Columbus sell pastelaria dinners. My father said, what's pastelaria? I said, well, you know, it's like jambalaya, but instead of using rice, they use pasta. He said, oh, okay. I could live without that. I don't think I'm going to buy a plate. $8 a plate. I mean, it'll be good and all, but I'm sure they'll sell them all. They'll probably run out of food. They said they're going to go till 1 o'clock or until they run out of food. I don't think they'll make it till 1. I don't think they'll make it. All right. So this stuff's getting in my nose. I got 4 minutes to get this done. And then after that, I'm going to watch the news and then go walking half a mile. And then later today, I'll walk another half a mile. And then later this afternoon, I'll walk another half a mile. I did that yesterday. I always walk. That's how I stay around 145, but not eating a lot too. I know other people like join a club. They say, you should join a club. I say, I just do my own workout. No, you should join a club like me. I say, oh, how much you pay? Oh, this much a month. I said, okay. Then I ask you went work out this week? Oh, I didn't make it. I didn't feel it. So they don't feel like going over there, you know, to French Riviera Spa or one of these other places, Planet Fitness. I say, well, there's no point in joining if you're not going to participate. See, at home, you could just do it because you're there. You just get in the habit and you never miss. Sirens. Some people are dedicated to the club, though. They'll do it. You know, they won't be negligent. I had a VO Gold live on your channel, and that was fun. I've had both of these products. Yeah, those dedicated hangouts are fun. I like those the best, where you concentrate on a product. The general hangouts, but y'all have heard me complain about that already. I don't really like them, because to sit and listen to people describe beers I've never had, I can't relate to it. Be like you telling me about a movie I've never seen. Well, I mean, if you told me about it and you said you ought to go see it, okay, but then you gave me a long description of it, I say, ooh, I want to hear about that. But that might just be me being peculiar. Well, I don't actually love either one of these. They're okay. I like them. But I think I actually like VO better than VO Gold. And that might sound like just an insult to the world. How many? What's the age on VO? I don't know. Some people say 6 years. I've even seen some description of it on liquor store websites saying it's 6-year age, but I don't think that's official. I don't believe that's enough. Why wouldn't they just post it on the bottle if it was age 6 years? Just, you know, why wouldn't they indicate that? Well, I am afraid that the VO Gold is going to lose today. And why do I say it's losing? Well, it might be better than the Windsor Canadian. It probably is better than the Windsor Canadian. And I say it is better than the Windsor Canadian. VO Gold is pretty good though. Yeah. But would I really pay $22.99 over $10.99 for the improvement? No, I wouldn't, because I don't think it's it's not a $12. It's not $12 better. It's marginally better. And you say, oh, you're crazy because the Windsor's only aged 3 years and the VO Gold's age 8. Well, I know that, but I'm sorry. And I got to get off of this because the news is coming on. I'm going to say this is the VO Gold. It is. I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. 3 times in a row now. I've gotten it right. Ha, 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 ha. I recently had Hennessy and it was really good to me. Hennessy VS, the common one. Yes, that's a classic. Now, if you think the VS is good, check out the VSOP, the Privilege, and check out the Hennessy Black. Then you're really going big time. Those are still all the cheap Hennessy's. I mean, you can get Hennessy's to be $300-400 a bottle, but then of course, who's going to do that? I guess some people would. Thanks for watching this video production, and we'll be back soon, I hope.